What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jay Wheelie. Today we're going to be putting in the light bar and dealing with this wiring. Alright, so let's start out with the wiring here. I had no idea what all this wiring was, and that's why I had put this off so long. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the light bar actually, so that's another reason, but I may as well learn something, and it's already there. I don't have to pay for it, so why not? Anywho, so I watched a quick YouTube video, and now I'm an expert on it, so let's see. Here's what I do know. So this, obviously these hook up to your battery, so that's your fuse that runs to your relay. So this is your relay, your big switch that's under the engine bay. And then you follow this wire here, this white one. This goes into your switch for your interior that shows your on-off for the light bar. So that's your smaller switch. Now, from the relay, back to the relay over here, this black wire obviously runs to the light bar. The only thing I don't know is why there are two connections here. There's 1 and 2. And also, this red wire from the switch here, obviously, it needs power as well, which I didn't really see in that video, but obviously it needs power and a ground as well. So I don't have a clip for the other side of this, but we're probably just gonna wire it straight to the light bar. I'll get the soldering stuff out and we'll make it happen, work some magic. We are now under the hood of this beautiful Civic, and I'll tell you what, the relay is gonna go right here on this air box holder bolt, because that's what I saw the guy do in the video, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop it in there, gonna zap it on. Alright, so right now I just went ahead and tucked the power and the ground running to the relay just by the battery, because we'll hook those up later. So we're gonna follow this white wire here now. So this is for the interior on-off switch. And what I'm gonna do is disconnect the switch right here, and then I'm gonna run this wire through the firewall up over here somewhere and run it to the interior. Now, if you've never run a wire through the firewall, you can come in through here, shine a light, and hopefully you can see this little plug here. There's gonna be various plugs, but since this one is right here, we'll rip this one out. Okay, so there's a tiny little spot there, but it looks like under here there's a bigger spot, if you guys can see that. Just through there's a bigger spot, so we'll run the wires through there. Okay, so change of plans. That one grommet under there, I couldn't see it when I went into the engine bay. I couldn't see the light shining through. So we went up to this one up here. If you can see the little hole with the wire there. Hard to point my hand in there, I'll just zoom in on it. And now we're gonna put this little remote on-off switch. We're gonna thread that through from the inside to the engine bay. Okay, over to the engine bay now. We pulled it through the hole there, and now we're just gonna click it in. See if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Okay, I just got a flathead. Now we're gonna pry open this little cover, because this is where I want my light bar switch to be. Nice and easy. Next we have to thread the switch up through there and up into here. So I have this long tool with the end on it here that opens and closes. So we're gonna try and stick it in here and thread it up through. And we got it. Okay, so what I did is now with the wire that runs to the actual light bar, I took off the clip off the end here so I can wire it straight. So it has a black and a white wire. I'm assuming, well, the black is ground. I'm assuming the white is power, even though it's not red. I don't know a ton about wiring. So what I want to do before I run the wires through and pull out the A-pillar plastic and everything and get it wired correctly, I just want to make sure it works. So we're just going to hook it up now and make sure that it has power. Okay, so I just crimped these together, the white to the red and the black to the black with needle nose pliers, and we're gonna try and hook it up to the battery, see if it works. So we got the 2 power cords to the positive terminal and the 2 grounds to the negative terminal. Let's press our switch here and see. Uh-oh, it fell through. Okay, hold on. We gotta thread it through again. Okay, I fished up the switch here, and now I already pressed the button off camera accidentally, so I know how it's gonna go, but let's press it and see what happens. No way! So I already saw it before, like I said, but look at this. I didn't think it would be that easy. Like, a little technically challenged when it comes to wiring, and that was super, super easy. So what I'm gonna do now, I actually have to leave for a bit, but when we come back, we're gonna wire this through the A-pillar here and probably come out of this little hole here just so it's watertight, and then we'll go test it out later outside. This is awesome to have a light bar. That was weird. This thing is badass. Dope. I'm trying to figure out the new settings on my camera and everything, and the guy's actually getting into his truck as I'm trying to do these cinematic shots. Damn. I like your truck, brother. And it was kind of awkward, but what can you do? Okay, before we get back to the light bar, we're just gonna go for a little ride first. It's so icy out here. Oh, gotta have that balance. Can't believe I can do wheelies out here. Hey, brother. Okay, I'm just gonna put some gas in the Civic because this thing has been running on empty for literally a month and a half. And we've gone on multiple little jaunts around the neighborhood, and we haven't filled it up since coming back from BC. So let's put a little bit of this in there. I might have to poke that little spot. So this was supposed to be pit bike gas, but I haven't ridden a pit bike in a while, so it's going into the Civ. Sorry about that, lads and ladies. We got a little sidetrack. Now we're just going to take off this antenna thingamading so we can run the wire through here. So I'm not very excited to take this A-pillar thingamading out, but you know what? A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Take this cover off here, clip. And we'll take this nut or this bolt out of here, and we'll take this bolt out down here. Okay, I just popped this panel out, smoked my hand on the side of the door here, so I'm just recovering from that. Okay, so I was just fidgeting with this A-pillar interior section for about 15 minutes. Finally ended up getting it out, and what I did was I hooked the trim tool on here and rotated it outward. So it got to the other side of this metal clip right here, or this metal piece, and then just pried it out in 2 spots, and it ended up popping out. Okay, it's pretty well all back together now. All we have to do now is use these zip ties and zip tie up some of these cords in here and clean up the engine bay a bit. Okay, it's finally dark out so we can test out the light bar. I put the paneling back in, so actually let's check it out, what it looks like in here. So here's my switch. I went ahead and moved it from this one up here down to this one, if you guys can see that. Just because I like the spot of this one a little better. It has some 3M tape on the back, so I'm going to stick it down. But let's turn it on and show you what it looks like. It's so bright. Oh my. Isn't that crazy? For a little Civic to have a light this bright, holy moly. Awesome. Well, I love it. All right, guys. Well, that about does it for today. And holy crap. It's snowing and the roads are getting tight, and I just about collided with a Civic there. Civic already has damage in the spot where we just about hit, so that's what I have to say. Anyway, I was just at the lights back there and walking by. I was debating whether I was going to tell you guys this or not, but walking by, better hit the brakes, don't want a red light ticket, was a gentleman named Christoph. Now, Christoph used to work at the liquor store over there, and I used to always buy my liquor off him back in the day. And nice guy. We had a chat one day, and just kind of an interesting dude. Cool guy. Just saw him walking by, gave him a wave, and he kind of did a double take. I think he realized maybe that he knew me, but anywho, I was just reflecting on the last, I think it's been like 15 months or so, a year and 3 months sober that I've been. I'm sure Sarah could tell you because I don't really know, and I'm sure some of you don't care, some of you might want to know, but yeah, it's been good. I just love my life now, and I haven't even wanted to pick up any liquor in the longest time. And I'm not saying that's the reason I used to drink was because I didn't like my life, but I definitely used liquor as something to make life more exciting. Because Friday came around, and it's funny too, because I would never say I was an alcoholic, but yet Friday would come around and we were drinking. There was no question about it. It was a Friday or a Saturday, you were drinking because you were off work for the week, you were working for your employer, and then you're off, and that's when you can take off the mask of being an employee and just kind of let loose a bit. So I'm glad that my life is going in a different direction now, and I see things a little differently, so I'm grateful. And that'll be it for tonight. Thank you guys for watching as always. See you in the next one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Your car's looking clean. Just wash it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right on. Take care. My head's out of the thumbnail there.